Hello, I'm the Toycat and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be trying something a little bit different on my channel because usually when I make a video I include some sort of fun fact about blocks in there, and what I figured would be cool is if I took all of these fun facts for one specific block and included them all in their own video. So what I have for you today is 4 fun things you might not have known you can do with TNT. I'm starting with TNT because it's a pretty explosive block, and because it is so cool but not very often used, it means because it's so dangerous you don't get to test it very often, and I figured it'd be cool to show you 4 fun things you might not have known with it, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Please do like the video if you do like it. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it, and also lets me know you want to see more of this sort of stuff. But anyway, let's get straight into this one, shall we? And we'll start with blocks that TNT cannot explode, because most people know TNT cannot explode obsidian. No matter how close you put it, no matter how many TNT you have, it will not explode obsidian and it will not explode bedrock. But there are in fact a few other blocks it won't explode that aren't so commonly known, and this includes water and lava source blocks for some reason, and also it includes these blocks right here. So the end portal frame, no matter what you do to it, can't be destroyed in survival. The enchantment table, the anvil, and the ender chest, no matter how close you put it, even if it's right next to it, will not be destroyed by TNT, which I think is pretty cool. And it means that if you are to have a massive explosion in your house, not sure how that's going to happen besides griefing, but you don't have to worry about these 3 things, because as you'll see, if I go through the direction in a second, through the wall it seems, as you can see, all 3 of these things survived, and in fact the anvils don't even have a scratch on them despite falling down. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. These 3 things, and plus the end portal, cannot be destroyed, and you can use this to confuse people, because, as I said, most people don't know that these 3 things are resistant. So if you had an anvil house, for instance, and then you had TNT full of it, you know, the only person that would die is the person, not the house, and I figured, you know, you could do some cool stuff like that. But yeah, let's move on to number 2, which is kind of an explanation of how TNT works, because TNT has this massive kind of spherical radius, and every block it goes through, it weakens the explosion a little bit, and this is why if you have, say, endstone, like I did over there, it doesn't explode very much, whereas if you had a glass house or if you had a dirt house, it would explode much more. And it's also why when you're underground, it doesn't explode as much stone as it does when you're above ground. But the interesting thing we're going to use this for today is the fact that if you are to have a piece of TNT in front of you, if any form of explosion, this can be a creeper, this can be anything like that, explodes in front of you, what you need to do is place any block down in between you and it. Even if it's glass block, I mean, it's not as effective with glass, but it's most effective with something like dirt. What this will actually do is massively reduce the damage of the explosion. As you saw there, that was TNT, which can kill in 1 hit if you're close enough to it, but it only did half a heart. And if we show you with dirt now, because dirt is slightly more effective, so let's blow up some TNT in front of us. Even if we're literally right here next to the block, as close as we can be, you'd figure that's going to be a massive kill shot, but it's only going to do half a heart of damage, which is absolutely crazy how little that is. That means, like, it's just healed that instantly. And this even works to some degree with TNT. I wouldn't recommend it because it will kill you, but if you do have, if you have TNT going off, you can use TNT to kind of soften the blow, except then that TNT will then go off, and then that will create another issue for you. But it does mean if you need to create massive explosions fast, you can protect yourself from the TNT explosions with TNT, which I think it's kind of cool that one of the easy ways to protect yourself from TNT is to use more TNT. But yeah, so if you have an explosion in front of you, make sure you block it with any block. Dirt's a good one, the stronger the better, of course, but even glass, one of the weakest blocks, when it comes to explosions, is going to be pretty fine. So my next tip is one that I did show off a while ago, but they have indeed fixed it now, and it's really cool, and it involves having a TNT inside a wall. So if the wall is 3 thick, or it doesn't really need to be 3 thick everywhere else, but if you make it 3 thick and you surround a block of TNT by stone brick, by bricks, by stone, cobblestone, stained clay, a whole bunch of the higher resistant blocks, never brick even. What will actually happen is if you set off the button, it will give you this really clean explosion. They'll look something like this. And it's really cool in my opinion because of the fact that it makes such a clean little divide here. Like if this was a wall, it's literally a 3x3 hole, and it's really cool in that regard. It doesn't even blow up the dirt underneath it. I think it's cool if you want to have like a, kind of a prison breaky moment, you can do stuff like that. Particularly adventure maps, if you want to have a secret way into your house, you can blow up one of your walls. It does take, 26 stone bricks or whatever to replace, but I think it's worth it just for the cool feeling of like, yeah, I just blew up a wall to get in. Yeah, that's what I do. So if that sounds like something you want, then that's pretty cool. And if it doesn't, then I guess you might enjoy this 4th fun thing you might not know about TNT, and that is the fact that TNT, it's kind of the opposite of the first fact, because most people assume that glass is the most breakable thing by TNT, and this isn't entirely true. The most breakable thing are non-blocks, like sugarcane, like redstone, like wheat crops, even if, like, the TNT is all the way over there. In fact, let's try and show you. TNT can be some crazy distance away from it, and it'll still blow up the redstone dust. Let's hope we got that just the right distance away, because of the fact, okay, it was just a tiny bit off. But you can see, even if it wasn't going to be, you could blow it up from insane distances, because they just have 0 blast resistance. If TNT even touches it, they explode no matter what. But, you know, most people assume that glass is the strongest or the weakest solid block against it, but this isn't actually the case. Leafs are. So if you want to have a cool thing where you have, you know, a massive explosion radius, try and build it out of, you know, leaves to protect from that. Because if you look here, this is a massive solid area of leaves, and this is how much damage a single piece, this isn't multiple pieces, a single piece of TNT can destroy all of this. Only leave the tiny walls over here and a single block over there, and yeah, it's pretty cool in that regard. You can also use it, as you can see here, because TNT will still give you saplings. If you have a massive forest, or you have an oak farm with just loads of saplings, with loads of leaves left over, you can explode them with TNT. It's not that highly recommended because of collateral damage and how hard TNT is to get, but still, it's pretty cool. So if you want to have massive explosions, make sure you're using leaf blocks, because they're just so weak to explosions. Just look at this thing. And yeah, besides that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know. Do you want to see more of this sort of stuff? And if you do, let me know what block you'd like to know, you know, for, or how many facts about in the comments down below. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I do videos teaching you cool things that you might not have known about Minecraft every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.